So anyway, the true believer's been dealt with. That's kind of grayed out. Sign we can't actually get into it. Handy. Okay, yeah, the warden's just up here. You can easily tell it's very like dramatic doors. And it's called Hidden Laboratory here. It's kind of obvious. Oh yeah, they did boss music for the Algorian now. You know, the final guy of the base game. They've given it its own boss music now.
I've been expecting you.
Well, I haven't exactly been stealthy.
When I'm done with you, I will crush your friends and them strong. Now, I will demonstrate my true power.
Ow. Bring back some skeletons. Okay, I'm not entirely sure. Ooh, what? Oh, he's just suddenly started freaking out there. Not sure what that's about. Yesterday when that happened, it was because someone came to the door. But, I'm not sure. I didn't get a good look there. If, you know, oh, that's nice. Takes a second off the raise skeleton's skill recharge, and gives you an extra skeleton. That's nice. But it's one-handed weapon, so no. Ah yeah, someone's at the door. Yeah, someone's at the door. Dogs should simmer down in a second. I'm not sure if you can even hear them. Well, like Pippa going. Christ, I nearly have 3,000 hit points. I think I'm doing much better with gearing my character out this time than the other time, given that I have only a little more on the other character. I have like an extra 2,000 hit points thereabouts. I was, you know, a bit shy of 5,000. I remember, I think. Brain tissue scarred and twisted by the manipulations of a powerful ethereal. But yeah, basically I was just simply saying that it's possible... Ooh, supreme spoils. It's possible that we killed the warden, the ethereal possessing the warden there. I remember she was saying that if the ethereal is in the body when the body dies, it could go with the body. It might die with them. I'm not sure if the ethereal and the warden escaped or not. I wonder if we'll encounter him again. You know, these are basically built to be recurring villains. You know? Alright, what is this? Epic caster chest armor. 20% chance when hit by melee attacks to emit poison around yourself. And it increases poison damage and duration. It gives you 41 spirit, 47 health, 74 health, increases 4.3 energy regenerate per second, and 32% poison and acid resistance. And a bit more armor, 9 more points. Oh, actually, it will be less because it had 4%. But yeah, brain tissue scarred and twisted by the manipulations of a powerful ethereal. That's what's happening inside us.
I can't carry it. My inventory is full. My inventory is full. I can't carry anymore.
Ooh, more tainted brain tissue? Stone wrought ground breakers. Far too. It's got a thing there that I can't use. Annoying. Fair chunk more armor, 23 physique, 5% physical reduction, physical resistance, 35% reduced stun duration, and it also gives you ground stomp. The enchanted soul these boots and smashes into the ground, unleashing a shockwave that staggers nearby foes, and that gives you internal trauma damage. It's actually pretty potent. I like it. I actually get to use internal trauma, which I haven't had a chance to before. One issue with it is it's actually an item level 27.
My inventory is full.
So I'll be holding on to that for 4 more levels. I'm nearly level 24, so then 3 thereafter. So it's 3 levels and a sliver. I honestly thought Krieg there will give me a touch more XP, but no. Plus, more than it looks. I need 1,128. Ooh, war bonus. I got 300. Nice. I actually keep forgetting that you get war XP for reading all the notes. Nice. Warden Krieg. Excuse this crude form of communication. I am far to the north, and it seems my thoughts are unable to reach you. In all future material correspondence, we use their host names and common human language forms. Oh, okay. They're psychic. Alright. I wonder if that extends to their minions. Can they see what their minions see? I'd have some cognizant awareness of what's going on. So when I cut down their minions, they know oh, it's that fuck. You know, I guess that explains it. Though it seems the random beasts in the wilderness have the same thing going on, as do the random bandits. And in a sense, so do the peoples of Devil's Crossing. Ah, yes, I psychically know that, Durnan here has killed more bandits, so I like him a bit more. Haven't seen him in 10 months, he's just been killing bandits for that long, but I psychically know it. I write looking for clarification of recent perplexing reports on your conduct. Is it true you've been incarcerating and tormenting humans? What is the purpose of this? For this, it would seem that your host's predilections are affecting your own behavior. You must bring this under your control and cease this superfluous activity. Your role is to facilitate our laboratories with the collection of corpses. Limit yourself to parameters of this task or you will be recalled. So the host's inclinations can actually start affecting the ethereal. Interesting.
Come see what's left of my wares.
Slightly higher offensive and defensive ability. Yeah, I'll leave that as it is. Better armor. Okay, a lot more health with the other bit. I'll take that loss in damage. How much of an improvement is that? It's a bit of a 1, but I'll stick with the set piece. Just in case I get an improvement. Get another one. I'll hold on to it for a time. Okay. Now this I'm inclined towards using. Doesn't affect damage. Does take away a bit of defensive ability. But we passed the 3000 mark. I'm somewhat inclined towards using this, though it would drop me back a bit in terms of health and health regen and armor. You know what? No, I'm happy without it. It is unclear how many innocent men lost their lives at the mercy of this weapon. Wouldn't +2 to raise skeletons, and it increases the summon limit? Christ. That's a very nice weapon. It's a shame that it's terrible for me. 43 scrap? Christ. That'll keep me going for a while. I think there's still some here. Alright, we're done here.
Move along. I'm here to speak with the captain.
Goodbye.
Is it finished? Is the Warden dead?
I tracked him down and took his life.
The Warden's defeat is a great victory for us, nay, for all of humankind. But there are many more ethereals out there, some much more powerful than Krieg. Perhaps more disturbing, though, there are those of our own kind who would see us dead to take what little we have, or just for the pleasure of killing. Among the innocent who passed through this prison on their way to Krieg's lab were many violent criminals, murderers, and worse. Many of them escaped to the northwest after the Grim Dawn, forming into ruthless gangs who prey upon drifters still traveling the roads. Since a river separates us and them, they have not been a problem thus far. Except we need farmers to get back to the business of growing food before we all starve to death. The farmland that supplied this region is to the northwest, and we need to secure a hold there. Mornay recently returned from Old Arkovia to the northwest and can give you details on the outlaw situation and what needs to be done. I realize that you have been through much in recent days, but we cannot rest just yet.
So I got 2000 XP there, very nice, and 1000 Devil's Crossing reputation. I'll speak to him.
I trust that you are handling everything all right.
I have some questions. How was he able to explore the place? Well, what happened to Burwich now, and how long do you think we can hold out? Start at the first. The bridge was destroyed after his trek north. We thought he died out there, but it seems it takes more than bandits and ravenous beasts to bring down old Mornay. So he got across, then the bridge was taken out. Alright. What will happen to Burwich now? I imagine that in time we will claim it for humanity. The area is still overrun with the dead though, so we'll have to move carefully. I don't indeed think we can hold out here. With the supplies we've got, I expect we'll last at least a couple of months in strict rations. The prison itself is in a solid defensible position with plenty of space to provide shelter for our people. Not plan on leaving here unless we absolutely had to. That may all change though when our food supplies start running out. Alright.
So you must be the kid that's causing a stir in my absence. You've done good by dispatching Krieg. I knew that man in life. I dread to think of what he had become as an ethereal.
Captain Bourbon said to speak with you about the outlaws.
Aye, an old mess has come back to finally bite us right in the ass. The river's kept them at bay for now, what with a broken bridge. It seems the bastards have garnered a taste for the one hole in the world they were once so eager to escape. I'm not going to beat around the bush. We're at war, and if we don't take the fight to them, they will surely bring it to us. I'd much rather fight on my own terms. Wouldn't you?
What's the plan of action?
Before we do anything, we'll need to get that bridge repaired. Got men ready to do the work and some scrap to get you started. Just need to provide the remaining raw materials. Once that's all finished, I need you to enter the Arkovian foothills and show those bastards we're not a prize for the taking. Last I saw of them, they were mobilizing for something big across the river. Why don't you head on over there and introduce yourself?
What happened during your expedition to the northwest? I set out with another scout, Elsa, to recontour the lands to the northwest shortly after we had secured Devil's Crossing. What we found was a wasteland overrun with predatory beasts, blood-hungry psychopaths, and refugees living in constant terror on the run. Our mission together ended with a vicious band of outlaws surprised us in the night. Elsa had argued against having a fire that night, for sure we were concealed. I wasn't cautious enough and she paid the price. I thought I could protect her from anything, but when it came to it, I was felled by a bullet to the ribs before the fighting even broke out. Elsa fought on like a devil, taking down 2 of the outlaws before they knocked her out. They took her with them and just left me to die there to die. Couldn't give up, though, knowing those thugs had Elsa. I hobbled, then crawled, trying to make my way back to Devil's Crossing, but arrived only to find that the bridge had been destroyed. I collapsed in despair and thought it was the end of me. I awoke sometime later in what remained of a small fishing village on the coast. A band of rovers had found me and treated my wounds. As soon as I could stand, I grabbed a dinghy rowboat and made my way back to Devil's Crossing. I'll be damned if I'm going to abandon Elsa to torture or worse at the hands of those killers. She's all I've got left in this world. We need to organize an offensive, make every second count, and every second counts. Don't you think you're mixing personal vendetta into this? The Grim Dawn took my wife. Elsa's like a daughter to me. I'm not going to let her take her too. The way I see it, Devil's Crossing needs the situation resolved as soon as possible, and I want those scum dead for taking Elsa. Seems our goals align, eh? Very well. Got me 3 scrap and 1,000 iron. So yeah, you can do it earlier if you want, it seems, but there doesn't seem to be a good point in doing so. Yeah, if I put 3 points into this, I could get this next level. I'll start getting them at some stage, but I'm going to get a point of this, a point of this, and a point in this. You can see like the 2 different things cycling around me, leaves and skulls. The emissary. This is new.
We speak at last. As I am sure you know, there are many who now cast their gaze upon you, traveler. Or should I say, taker. Some who mean you ill, some who fear your potential. Then, there are those who command me. They have taken great interest in your accomplishments. It appears you may be just the one we require.
You require me? For what?
I cannot speak of such things in this place. The cursed gaze of our foes is cast upon us here, so I will be brief. Great powers are gathering within the distant lands of the fallen Corvan people, and the Great Eye has decreed that you must play a part, whatever that may be. Will you answer our summons? Will you join me through the portal? Or do the mortal concerns of these people outweigh the calls of fate?
Who are these masters of yours?
I am sorry, I cannot say more here. All you need to know is that you have mutual interests and the same enemies. But if we work together, We can triumph where the individual cannot.
Where is the land of the Corvan people?
Far to the east, beyond mountains and rivers. Weeks of travel by foot. A mere instant through an eldritch gate. My masters have granted me the means to return there, but only if accompanied by you. I will not fail in this task.
I won't start that yet. While I can start it now, I feel like that should come after I've done the other expansion. So, he gives you half the amount of scrap and a third of the iron. Alright. Still, may as well wait for that. Or I suppose you could do it earlier, but either way. You've restored this bridge. Wonder if you can do it earlier. It looks like you can, but wonder if the game would take issue with it. The cursor is acting up. The dogs are very giddy today. Kill Edmund Shanks Doyle. So is there any randomly highlighted bits here? Yeah, that's still there, and I'm still puzzled by it. No, not that I see. Anyway. Tough incendiary shoulders of decay. Like I said before, I'm sure that Ethereals are kicking themselves because of what they've basically unleashed. Yeah, this cursor is acting up a lot right now. You just rub it on the couldn't get a good. Sometimes you just need to like rub the bottom of it. There's like a stray hair or something in the way. So awesome work when I tried it on the t-shirt, but it seems to work there with the duvet. Two swings of my mighty axe, and I just like break down a gate, a wood metal gate. Did I see like a purple bit of like, was it like rep or something there? It popped up and disappeared way too quickly for me to figure out what the hell it was. You'll pay for this, cough. Darius wants this prison, and when he finds out what you've done, Edmund spits up blood, you'll wish I shanked you dead. Cronley's gang, standing hostile. Rest in peace, scum. Okay, it's weird that we can just keep coming back and talk to him. It's kinda strange. Hoping like he would just like keel over after I finished talking to him, but no, you can just keep talking to him again and again and again. Edmund's stash. Defender of Devil's Crossing. Ah, it's a shield. 6 less damage for materials, 6 less damage for material corruptions, 31 defensive ability, and increases armor by 8%. Ectoplasm. A gelatinous residue sometimes left behind by non-corporeal entities. Increases energy and energy regen. Still got that headache from that weird sweet from earlier, you know, the Mintos. Ugh. It's not nice. Anyway, I'm glad I realized my mistake. The cursor's still acting up. Yeah, well, the mouse is. You know, I was gonna go with the occultist, but then I realized I would just be stuck with default attack for the entire game. Yeah, I'm glad I went with shaman. It's working out well.
I trust that you are handling it.
Well, did they like our housewarming gift?
I killed the man in charge by the name Shanks.
You work fast. I like that. We'll need more of that for what's coming next.
On a certain level, he almost sounds like you put him into a text-to-speech device. He's a little too odd in his manner of speech. What's our next target?
Darius Cronley. Last I've seen his face, they almost hung him for a double homicide. The Warden intervened at the last minute in favor of a life sentence in Devil's Crossing. Seems there were ulterior motives after all. Darius Cronley is the devil-made manifest, devious and manipulative with a penchant for sin of every kind. He's the one running this gang, and he's the one we need to go after next.
Do you have a plan?
We have to hit them hard and fast, leave no room for a counterstrike. I've only seen a portion of their operations in the region, but they are really entrenched on the Four Hills in Old Arkovia. Shanks surely wasn't Darius's only lieutenant, so I suggest you find the rest and kill them. We don't want one of them taking over after Darius is dealt with. I don't have any names for you, but they will probably have equally clever prison names as our dead friend Shanks. But to really end this, you need to cut off the head of this operation, Darius Cronley. If what I hear is true, you will find him hiding out in the mines underneath the Four Hills. Lastly, my scouting partner Elsa must still be out there with them. If I venture to guess, Cronley has her in his clutches. Save her from that brute. I hear you are quite capable, so don't let me down. When you find yourself out there, I recommend you seek out a man by the name Quaid. He and his group forsook the peaceful ways of the Rovers in favor of fighting back against the outlaws. And I'm glad they did. It was Quaid's people that pulled me from the jaws of death.
He talks very fast as well. He's quite talks at quite the clip. 250 Devil's Crossing rep, 750 XP. What happened to her? Get on it again. Oh good, he's gone. Is that meant to be him, or was that someone else? Because I don't recognize him from previously. Also, like the name of the world here is Karn. Yeah, as in if burial Karn, Karen, whatever. Yeah, like everyone here should have been, well, like ready for the Grim Dawn. Like you live in a fucking world named after a method of funeral. You know shit's gonna be poor. Okay, there's a few people over here. Don't recognize these. Stand back and burn this shack down. My family does not need to suffer any longer in this horrible world. Nope, not dealing with crazy. Is your family in there? Are you insane? Stay out of this. It's for the best. Look, things are bad, but we can't lose hope. What hope is there left? Good people are dying, and the world's overrun with monstrosities we used to spook our children with. I'll not have my family suffer any longer. I come from Devil's Crossing. It's safe there. Safe? What's safe anymore? We were safe out here once too. Look at this place now. We defend it. There's shelter and drinking water. Please, join us. Perhaps this is the fresh start we needed. Or we hope you speak the truth. Alright. Take us there. I'll see you and your family there. Just fucking rifted them over. Okay, I can kind of see where the guy was coming from. There's fucking like lightning birds over here. Kaiman scripture, first passage. Also, Kaiman, isn't that the other faction you can in the game? Nice shield. I might actually hold on to that even though I won't be using it. They mocked us and drove us out. They called us heretics and madmen. They thought our great prophecy and purpose was fanciful and ridiculous. Woe unto them. Behold the divine wrath that has been delivered unto the unbelievers in the remaking of the world. Our prophecy has come to pass, and I hear not laughter any more. I hear only deathly silence. Doom has befallen the wicked, the ignorant, and the indolent. Only we, chosen few, who have trained and prepared our bodies and souls to weather the cleansing of the world, will survive and thrive amongst this death and decay. Look to your right and to your left, in front and behind you. You see the faces of your hallowed brothers and sisters bonded together in this holy quest. We have been tasked with the sacred duty to extinguish the last remnants of corruption and reseed the purified land with our progeny, so that the new dawn can arise. Take strength in each other, and in the knowledge that we are destined to fulfill this divine purpose. Long have we prepared for this moment, and our time of concealment is ending. We will strike forth, boldly northward, to our destiny. We will not let not the faithless, the corrupted, or the demonic stand in our path, lest our divine wrath be visited upon us. Lest our divine wrath be visited upon them. Now muster my children, gather only those belongings that can profit us in our holy war, and let us march forth from this humble refuge onto destiny. Kaiman's retreat. Untouched meal, rotting corpse. Full signet, plus 2% to all damage. Nice. Nice. I know beasts are tied in with a later on faction, though I do wonder if you gain any rep for killing beasts before you meet the faction. Or should I just, try and drag race my way over there? I think that faction's actually past Cronley, so no, it wouldn't work too well. But yeah, I've never actually noticed that before. I at least never remember that family. Yeah, I don't remember ever encountering those. Certainly I might have done so and just not remembered. Or they could be completely new. Certainly I don't know. Remember finding bees just around the place. I remember finding the subterranean bees. And talking about, a beehive where its walls or very walls are made of bees. Some like freaky shit like that. I remember talking about that, but trying to mine through a beehive wall. Where it's literally bees. these. Sadly, any of those blockades like that you can never get rid of. Even when you get TNT here, you can never get rid of it. No, dynamite. Dynamite! Oh, these are actually rift spawn. Alright. Wonder, do they fall under beast or what? Oh, so I do remember this one. This guy. Sometimes I hear like an item hitting the ground, but then I see nothing. Drew Arkin. You there. You're a dying man out, will ya? What happened to you? Backstabbed by my partner. Only man I thought I could trust in this forsaken hellhole. We're traveling, cart full of scrap, and salvage from some rundown houses. When I guess the bastard decided that splitting the profits 50-50 just wasn't going to cut it. He jumped me in the middle of the night and stabbed me right in the gut. Made off with all the loot and left me to die out here. If you ever run into a man in a patchwork green jacket going by the name of Isaiah, you cut him down for me. Will ya? Don't suppose he got too far down the road, pushing the cart by himself. I'll track this partner of yours down. You get that bastard for Isaiah for me. That's the son of a slit. Yeah, I'll go after him in a sec. Hidden remains. Yeah, and that's actually not even on the map. It's kind of just like a faded out bit, you know? It's not like a proper on the map piece. Cronley's gang. How this guy made it past them, I don't know. Or why they haven't harassed him either. Isaiah Redden. Who the hell are you? What do you want from me? Are you Isaiah? I'm here about your partner. That swine isn't dead yet? Let me explain. This is a huge misunderstanding. Say what you have to say, but make it quick. Drew is a worthless scum. This mess wasn't about the haul of scrap. The bastard tried to rape my daughter Josephine when we last camped out. Confronted him and he got violent. Rotting out there along the road is the least he deserved for trying to overpower a young girl. And as far as I know, that is actually true. The guy actually does have a daughter. You run into her later on. Well, that's the best proof you have that it's true, you know, that the daughter actually exists. So, I'm sorry to rush to judgment. Be more careful in the future. You can count on that. Travel safe, stranger. Hello again, stranger. Still in these parts, I see. Random zombies? Well, yeah, just more cold ones. Alright, I'm gonna head back and see if the guy is, you know, resurrected or, you know, is hostile or dead or lootable. Also, I'm gonna go check out that cave down there. He's gone. Not sure if he ever comes back as probably just dead somewhere, you know? Okay, into the cave. Spined Cove. Apparitions. Okay, I'm getting rover rep here. Rovers really hate undead, apparently. It feels a little arbitrary, you know, who gains rep of what, you know, because on some level it feels like, you know, most factions should care about you killing off Ethereals, you know? Maybe there could be a bit of a subdivision, like, when you get to the farmstead, maybe the troops care more about the Ethereals' deaths, or the people care more about the beast deaths, because, you know, that's what's bothering them more than the Ethereals. Like, the troops are keeping the Ethereals at bay, but they aren't handling the beast issues. So, you know, fair enough there. But, you know, with the Devil's Crossing, they're being harassed by bandits, Ethereals, and plenty of other things, you know? Cultists, you name it, you know? Oh, I think I can smell dinner doing. Looking forward to it. It's gonna be homemade pizza. No, not a homemade crust run or you know base, but still.
I can't carry anymore.
Ooh, desecrated shrine. Started. Odella Lanos. All right. Guardsman Spalders. I remember getting these previously. Sadly, requires a shield, and it's a soldier set. Once the standard issue equipment of peacekeepers and royal guards, only a few of these outfits survives to the grim dawn.
My inventory is full.